What up, folks? I am Ultrazilla, and this is a well overdue Vlogzilla, a introduction a couple of weeks late, more than 3 weeks late almost, into 2020, but a little bit of an intro to the year nonetheless, and what is going on here on the channel. It's kind of mostly a channel update, but I'd rather call it Vlogzilla because I'm just gonna be talking and rambling. It's not going to be just one specific subject, which usually channel updates are. So it's going to be a lot of different things I want to talk about. First thing I want to just get out of the way, I want to thank my good pal Steven of Steven's Toy Reviews for the King of the Derps t-shirt. You could get your own by checking out his channel, Steven's Toy Reviews, here on YouTube, obviously. You know who he is if you know who I am. But there's a lot of things to talk about. So yeah, thank you for the shirt, Steven. I still have to send you something back. There's something, something I want to send you that I'm missing something for. It's the story of Ultrazilla Toys here. And hopefully I find soon I could ship that out for you. But that's kind of part of it. One of the things here in 2020 that this has gone on for like a couple of years now, maybe even longer, is I need to get this place organized really badly. A really good organization, what I need to sell. I need to keep selling on my eBay shop. It's been a little slow, but Januaries are usually a little slow with that. You wouldn't know it from all the stuff that comes out, but I feel like, generally, most folks slow down a little bit in January, but I have not, unfortunately, because there's so many things that have come out. If you follow my Instagram, and please follow my Instagram, the link is down below. I don't know if I'm doing unboxings on this channel anymore. I've taken to Instagram for that a lot, and I could, show pics of a lot of stuff. There's a lot of toy hunting pics lately because there's been so much that's been coming out that I've wanted to get, so I've been on the hunt. So really, if you aren't following me on Instagram, the link is down below. Come by, follow me there. There has been short videos there and some unboxing stuff. So yeah, unless it's something super major, I'm probably going to stick to Instagram and Facebook for that stuff. And it's not a Coppa thing like I was talking about, before the year ended. As we all know, there's been a lot of stuff going on with Coppa, and that's part of this update I want to talk about for sure. But I just want to say the unboxings are there, but that's not why. The reason isn't the Coppa reason that I'm doing that. It's more, I really want to focus, and even this video right now is just kind of like taking the focus away a little bit. I really want to focus on reviews here, like as much as possible, because my backlog is ridiculous and I am nonstop getting stuff here. So it's like that's not stopping, and I just gotta keep going. So on that front, just if you haven't noticed, since the start of this year, all my reviews have gone up at 8 p.m. EST every day. I am gonna do my best, and it's impossible, I know, but I am going to do my best to try to keep that schedule up. I've streamlined a little bit on how I work by coming up with like a brand new opening, which is also the channel trailer. I probably should do more of an explanation of myself for a channel trailer, but maybe down the line. Right now, that's fine. That's how I've gone the last few years. But I created a new opening, which incorporates, that theme that a lot of people likes, with like a good rundown of the stuff I cover here, which is very important for me. It's like a tad longer than the openings I've had, and I know right before this I was just doing, going straight into the videos and having the music over my like opening monologue. I feel like that wasn't working well because sometimes some folks couldn't understand what I was saying because of the music, even though the music is really low as far as mine goes. I've had multiple comments like that, so I got away from that. I feel like the new opening is really nice, and then it goes into the opening monologue, which I've shortened. I've trimmed the fat on that, trying to be a little more concise unless I feel like I need to talk about something a little bit longer. My openings are a little bit shorter now, and I think that's a good thing. I'm trying to be a little quicker. Yeah, that's a little bit interesting for me personally because monetarily, if you guys don't notice, on YouTube, once you get to 10 minutes, you could place more ads into your videos. I just don't care about that at the moment. My care is get a review done daily. That is my number one concern, is daily videos, daily reviews. And I just try to, get into that backlog more and more. You're going to see some figures that are a year old, a few months old, mixed in, 2 years old even, maybe even 3. I don't know. Since the start of this channel, I've always said, I'll cover anything, and I'll cover stuff even before that sometimes. But anything that I bought between the channel starting in July of 2016 and now is fair game. If I haven't reviewed it yet, you might see a review of it. It's always been my little mantra there. And I do have a giant backlog, so I want to really get into that. I want to clean up this place. 2 things I really need to do in 2020 is do that stuff. So let's get into what's going on, with Coppa, the latest. You probably heard from other people on this subject by now. And I'll try to keep it short because what I decided personally, may not be best for somebody else. So I just want to talk about myself, what I've done. And through the info gathered, from Coppa, from guys reading, a lot into it, some lawyers that have read into it that I've been following, what I did personally, and what YouTube said, in their update videos, and what Coppa said on their blogs. I just read it all, and what I gathered is the best way for me personally to go is to look at each video and decide whether or not, it could be child, not friendly, because any video could be child friendly when you talk about toys, but child focused. And here's the thing, none of my videos really are, not focused, but what's the word I'm thinking of? Intended audience. None of my videos, the intended audience, are kids. Even when Ultrazilla Jr. is in it, my intent is to, if it's a toy for a kid, then my intent would be for the parents to watch that video. I don't approach my videos in any other way but straightforward review. I'm not here for comedy. Much to the chagrin of, let's say, of my wife even, who was always telling me, put some, fun stuff in it. That's just not what I do. I like straightforward, honest reviews. And if there's comedy to be had, this is, I like to joke around, too. But it's not my main focus. So that's not part of what I do here. And I wouldn't try to be more entertaining for kids to watch. My son tells me my videos aren't as fun. So, it is what it is. I don't mind that. However, I'm going to be looking at each video, case by case, because there are some stuff that I cover that are kids' toys, and those videos, I have no problem marking them as for kids. Because I think that's just fair. If I cover something that's a kid's toy, depending on what it is, like the Lantern Toys alien stuff, I'm not going to consider for kids, even though they are marketed, because I got those for myself. It's when I get something for Ultrazilla Jr. that I'll consider it. Or if it's something really kiddie that I got and because I liked it anyway, I'll consider it. But I am confident that process and leaving that up to me is the best way to go, because I'm an honest person and I will, give that due when it needs to be done. If I think more kids are going to be watching it than anybody else, no problem. And to that extent, I've gone in to my library and marked every video myself. Forget about what YouTube did in November. They had no right to really do that. Honestly, that was not fair. You can't go in blind with tags and just go and say, this video is for kids, this video. It just created such confusion, and they jumped the gun a little bit. They should have got some more information on their own first, before they did something like that, because it just created way more confusion than needed to be. And as soon as I realized what Coppa was doing, not Coppa, what the FCC, I'm sorry, I keep saying Coppa, what the FCC was doing, no, the FTC was doing, I figured out, okay, this is how I could go. I don't need to go elsewhere. You know, I actually, after my trial for Vimeo, I just let it go. I don't really, to start out something new like that, Video's been around a long time, but to create like its own community, it's tough. You know, like, it's tough enough here on YouTube to grow, that I'm happy with where I am here and what I've been doing, all the work I've put in here. So I'm gonna fight for that. Like, that is something I am proud of, and I want to keep going with that. So yeah, I've done it all myself. I've gone in, I've marked the appropriate videos, and I think, personally, I think that's the proper way to go, because this way, if the FTC or YouTube go in and they see that I'm doing that, like, I think that shows that I am here to work with them and work with anybody that's doing this. So that's points for me, I would assume. I think it's the proper way to go for me personally. That's what I'm doing. It makes me happy. It makes me confident that I'm doing the right thing. So I have no problem with any of that. So there you go. That's my take on that part of it. What I've done with my channel. I've seen some folks, and I'll say this because I did want to include this, and I'm not telling people what to do, obviously. But I've seen some folks that I follow here on YouTube that have marked their entire channel as for kids. When I watch their stuff, and most of the stuff is not all of their stuff is probably not aimed for kids. There's stuff that they get that are for kids, like I'm saying, but they should really consider going in, doing what I did, take the time, you know, go in, mark your videos, and then move forward from there and make the appropriate assessment. There's no reason to shoot yourself in the foot. That, you know, there's the worry factor isn't as big as you would think. Even with the fines, like, the fines are based on it's not one, you know, slam here's, you know, your $42,000 fine. No. That's not how it is at all. It is based on, let's say, that video that they were, you know, getting you for, or, you know, like, and how much your channel makes, honestly. So there's different factors here that slides up and down, guys. You know, like, read everything, you know, and the info is there. And over the past couple months, I've been tirelessly looking at that stuff, spreading the word, trying to tell people, look at this, think about this, what is happening here. Some other YouTubers have gotten on my case about that a couple times, and I think that's silly. You know, like, we're all in this together. But I've stepped back. I don't care about anybody else. You know, even though I'm saying what I'm saying here is for other people. I just, you know, at this point, you know, I gotta do what's right for me. And if you think that what I'm doing is the proper way, you know, go for it. I just read it this way, and that's how I'm going to go. I really feel strongly about that, and I have no problem standing behind that. I have no problem standing behind what I do. So I think that's really, really important to do that. So let me wrap that all up with, like, saying this. My channel is general audience. That's what I think. I don't curse. I don't do any of that stuff. I like having my son on the channel sometimes. I want parents to be comfortable with kids watching my channel, and I have no problem with it. You know, like, none. You're not going to see a disclaimer here on the channel. You don't have to worry about that. I do think some of those disclaimers are disingenuous, and you know, all I'll say is, fellow YouTubers, you know, think about your channel and what you do and why are you doing it, you know. I've seen folks straight up tell kids not to come to their channel when there's absolutely no reason why they can't. Kids are gonna watch this stuff no matter what. You know, parents could stop it, but they probably won't, you know, in a lot of the times. So, and YouTube definitely can't. So for you guys to do that, you know, like the people that are doing that, you know, make sure you're doing that for the right reasons, you know, like really, money is not everything. I'm sorry. It's not, you know, and that says a lot about you if you're putting that in front of your viewers. You know, I care about my viewers. I want people to feel comfortable here. I want parents to feel comfortable here. I want kids to feel comfortable here. General audience, whatever. That's how it's going to be. And that's how I approach it. So there you go. That wraps that up. You know, so yeah, you know, like that's, I'll be covering, you know, to move on, a lot of the stuff you've seen me cover here. One of the things I've, like, really thought about hard is, you know, do I need to, like, you know, cut a lot of the stuff I review because a lot of folks don't watch it. It's something I know a bunch of YouTubers, you know, think about. I know, like, some of the people I talk to think about that stuff. You know, and I could only talk for myself. I'm going to keep going because I want to stay true to me. And like I just said, the money is secondary here, and growing the channel is very important to me. But I don't want it to grow in one direction only. I don't, you know, like, I know I've said this before. I know Ultrazilla Toys makes it sound like, you know, or just Ultrazilla. That's how I'm approaching it now. Just Ultrazilla. I don't want to just cover one style of toy. I don't. I thought about it. I thought maybe, you know, one thing is, you know, obviously the kaiju stuff does really well, but it's not me. I don't want to lie to myself. I started this because I like to do a lot of different things. I know the name. What is in a name, though? But there's some bigger YouTubers that have, you know, like, names that sound like one particular subject, and then they do a lot of different things. So I know it can be done. So I know Ultrazilla can move forward. You're always going to see kaiju stuff on here because I love it. But you're always going to see other stuff here as well because I love a lot of things. And I want to stay true to myself. More than anything, I want to keep myself happy. That's why I started this channel, guys. You know, because I want to be happy doing it. And, you know, I always say this, build it and they will come. Maybe. Hopefully. It's hard. It's hard. So that's what I'm going to be doing. You know, same thing I've been doing. You're going to see plenty of kaiju, plenty of, you know, like Ultraman stuff, plenty of other, like, lots of robots. Hopefully more robots because I've not gotten away from collecting them, but gotten away from reviewing a lot of stuff. So more stuff like that, and random other stuff. Lots of, you know, regular, straight-up action figures, whether they're foreign or domestic. I like to try a lot of different things, and I'm going to continue to be what I say is the most diverse toy review channel here on YouTube. I've heard other folks make that claim, but when I go through their stuff, they're not as diverse as me. All I'm lacking is not popularity right now, because I'll put that up against anybody doing this, the diversity thing in the collection. So, and I want to continue doing that. I think it's very important in the long-term growth of the channel, as opposed to short-term growing. So, gonna try to be in it for the long haul, guys. I hope you support me, and I hope you keep watching my stuff. The best way to support is just watch. You know, like, I know at the end of my videos, I say either buy me a coffee on Coffee, which is, you know, virtual tip jar, and I do want to keep thanking my pal Cliffy, who does send his support through Coffee. That's very, very cool of you. You know, thumbs up to you, man. I will thumbs up anybody in any of these videos that will ever do that. Send me it's a cup of coffee. Like the price of a cup of coffee. It's a virtual tip jar. Coffee, ko-fi.com. Link is always down below. I usually mention it. I've been mentioning the eBay channel, eBay shop as well, because you know, maybe you want to support that way and buy yourself something cool. You know, like you buy toys, I'm trying to sell some toys, and I will be continuously updating that when I can. There is a ton of stuff I want to put up there. Just haven't had a chance to. So, you know, hopefully organization and getting on the schedule. Schedule is very important to me. That's why I want to try to do videos, reviews every night. That is very important to me. All that stuff is, you know, trying to put forth a more professional, organized front, and that stuff is very important to me. So, yeah, the support goes a long way, guys. I hope you, you know, get involved with that. That would be very, very cool. I don't require it. My best advice is just watch the videos. Like, even if it's something you don't like, put it on for a little bit, you know, and maybe you'll dig it. Toys are cool, guys. That's the main point here. Toys are very, very, very cool. And I hope you expand your mind and like more things as well as, you know, like I do, you know, so it'll help the channel all around. But I can't force anybody to like what they don't like. Is what it is. Like what you like. I'm not forcing you. Alright, guys, I think I'm gonna end it there. I think I've talked about enough. You know what? The one other thing I want to mention is I'm approaching 1,000 reviews here. Speaking of reviews, that's insane. You know, if anything shows how dedicated I am, it's that. I wish folks would latch onto that. There's a reason why I put it on the thumbnails, because I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud of the work I do and the amount of work that I do. I just wish, man, more people would notice that. You know, it's so hard. It's so hard to break through YouTube. It's so hard to gain viewers that have an open mind to a lot of new things, or just look, you know, I look at other YouTubers and what they do compared to what I do, and it's just like, why, you know, come over and watch my stuff too, you know, like, why not? Like, you know, I am not just a one-trick pony here, and that's the main point. But I'm going to continue doing that, you know, numbering the stuff. I thought about stopping at 1,000, but I've gone back and thought about it, and I am very proud of those numbers, and I want people to notice that, because it is something to be proud of. So, and I'm you know, coming from the comic books, that's something that, you know, comic companies like to put on their books, is the number. I think it's very important for folks to know. I think it's very important for folks to know how many reviews I've done here. So maybe one day I'll be taken seriously. All right, guys, that is it. Thanks for watching if you have, and let's get back to the reviews. Till next time, peace out, peeps.